Thank you very much. I'm very humbled and very honored to be here. The journey of the last, I think I stepped into Bath County for the first time ever about 3 weeks ago today, or maybe tomorrow. I think it was Tuesday 3 weeks ago. Knew one person here, and that was Scott Anderson, who is from Pikeville as well. And actually, it's kind of a long story. First of all, I'll thank a few people actually that got me to this point. Actually, Mr. Tackett, the superintendent, Mr. Prater. I do think Mr. Prater does exist. I've talked to him on the phone several times.
Hey Bart, thank you for reminding me. Mr. Prater could not be here tonight. He wanted me to extend his humblest condolences for not being able to be here, but he said he does exist. He's not like Santa Claus.
I hear great things about this school and Mr. Prater. But I've been here 4 or 5 times, and I've yet to meet Mr. Prater. So I have talked to him on the phone several times. We're becoming great friends on the phone. I do understand he's had some air conditioning problems tonight, but Mr. McNabb, obviously the AD, has been great. Of course, Scott Anderson, who was very instrumental in this process, as far as being such a loyal friend, and told me all about Bath County, and he is a true ambassador for Bath County, I tell you that. Obviously, I brought my family with me. My wife, Taryn, my best friend. We've been married 19 years this August. She's all in, and she has lived in Pikeville every day of her life. So we are in transition right now to moving down here and becoming a full-time part of this community and this family here. And of course, my boys were already mentioned, Bryce and Brooks, and there's a lot of red in here. We were looking at houses today, and I really felt like we were getting ready to take our Christmas card because we all had our red on. I'm sure they were looking at us kind of funny, but. I'm also closer now to my sister and sister-in-law. My sister Dora's here, her family, Brendan, who's a Henry Clay Blue Devil, and my niece Lauren, but they're here tonight. So, again, my sister lives in Lexington. My sister-in-law lives in Lexington. So, that played a huge part in us moving down to this part of the state. The actual journey, I guess, began about right before the state tournament, and me and Pikeville. Again, I'd been there. I actually remember the very day in 1988 I left Paintsville, Kentucky to go to Pikeville College on a basketball scholarship. 30 years later, I'm leaving Pikeville. So I stayed there for 30 years. 23 of it's been in the Pikeville Independent School System. Actually, 28 years instead of 30 years. But we parted ways at the 1st of March. And I immediately started to look around. A lot of people don't want to coach their sons. I've always enjoyed coaching my sons. I got to coach one last year as a sophomore who had a limited role there at Pikeville, but began looking around. Not a whole lot of jobs open in Kentucky right now, especially in this area. I really like this area. Actually, Russell was very appealing to me, another team in this region, so I went to Russell and met the people there, great people there. Reminded me a whole lot of Pikeville. Small school, very rich in athletic tradition, old school, very rich in academics, I'm sorry. And then the more that I got to being there, the more that I said, this is just like Pikeville. So Scott had contacted me about Bath County. I'd gotten a few people to contact me about Bath County. And again, I'd never been in Bath County before in my life. They wanted me to come down for an interview. I think it was Tuesday 12th. So I came down, and my wife actually the night before, I told her, I said, you know what, I don't think I'm going to go to Bath County. I think I want to go all in and try to get the Russell job, and I think it'd be a good fit for us. And she said, well, you probably ought to go and listen to Bath County, if nothing else, for your practice interview for Russell. And she said, you just never know. We've always tried to keep a positive attitude the last month or two about what God has a plan for us. And He's probably going to show us where we need to be. And I said, you're right. So the following day, Tuesday, I think at 6 o'clock, I met with a group of people here for the interview. I guess we spent 2 hours together. I don't know if I'm supposed to reveal who was on that committee, but they were great people. Mayor Hunt, Mrs. Cottle, Mr. Davis, Mr. Farrell, unbelievable people. A very laid-back interview with down-to-earth people that really love this place. They showed me around, took me to the gym, took me to the school a little bit. And I just called my wife as soon as we got out of the interview, and I said, I really love this place. I said, I know I've not seen much of it yet, but the people were great. You know, they, for 2 hours, they took me under their wing and they showed me everything about this place. And I said, I'd like for you to come and see this. So the following Sunday, the boys and my wife and my mom and dad, we came down here again. Scott and Mr. McNabb, again, gave us the grand tour. And I told him, I said, you know, there's something about it. I said, I know you've not been here. I've not been here. I probably couldn't have named 4 or 5 people from Bath County. But they fell in love with it the same exact way I did. And went ahead and did the interview at Russell. And both my boys told me before I went to interview at Russell that they love Bath County. And I think that's a testament to the people here and how I was treated right off the bat. So we kind of worked out the details, and here I am. So again, I know Mr. McNabb is not the first to point out the success or lack of success here, and you know, I've been at the same place for 23 years, 11 years as a head coach at Pikeville. We've had some moderate success there. You know, as he mentioned, 192 and 138, but we didn't win the regional tournament, which is one of the goals of mine. And I really feel like that we can turn this thing around here. And I'm not. Ironically, last year we played a game up in Indiana prior to a Pacers game, and they told me I'd set this up. It took me about 2 years to set this game up. They got this. It's called the Court of Dreams, and they said you got to find an opponent. So I sent a mass email out to every coach in the state, and I mean I got 10 or 12 back in a matter of 2 minutes. But only one person called, and it was Bath County's coach. And I know it's tough right now. They're hiring a new coach at Pikeville. It's hard when the other coach is here, and in this process, I think he's moved on. But I have nothing but good things to say about what I learned about Bath County that weekend. I thought they were well coached. I thought they played tremendously hard. We had a great time up there. The game was really, really good. You know, obviously our football season hadn't ended yet, so we were a little shorthanded. But I left there thinking Bath County's got a good basketball team, and I told my assistants I would be shocked if they don't win 15 or 20 games. And you know, again, I've done my homework, and I know you guys faced some adversity last year, went through some tough times, had some injuries. But I'll tell you this: I wouldn't come here if I didn't think we could win, and if I didn't think we could win next year. I've been going to the state tournament since I was about 3 years old. I never got to play in the state tournament. It's a goal of mine, a dream of mine. I coached there as an assistant in '99. You know, again, my sons will be a part of this program. I would not have even considered coming here if I didn't think we could win the 16th region next year or the year after. Because, again, I want my son and I want these seniors and these juniors to play in Rupp Arena. Is it a long shot? Probably. I think we've won one regional tournament game here since '77, if I'm not mistaken. But I'm not going to look in the past. We're going to look in the future. We're going to work hard, and we're going to do everything first class, and that's a promise. I look forward to the excitement and the kind of the notoriety we're going to bring. I think you'll see a style that will fill these bleachers in here, and I'm looking forward to getting started. I know Mr. Milam here tonight is a testament of what people think can happen here. And I don't want to disappoint anybody, but again, I don't want to. I'd be lying if I didn't think that I don't want to win next year and the following year for sure, and get to Rupp Arena with my son, and then on down the road, I think Bath County will be one of the better teams in the 16th region. And again, I wouldn't consider this job. But again, just want to thank you guys for coming. I could actually, if I could take a few questions. Anybody have any questions or anything about where I came from or what I've been through or what we look forward to here? Or anybody have any questions?